Hello! Today I'll be showing you how to make custom earrings for your dolls. You can use a bunch of different things in order to make earrings between beads of different varieties. These are nail art decorations that I got off of Amazon. You can use crystals, stickers, and also chain. Those are 3D resin flowers. Just about anything. And wire, 26 gauge wire. You can even use earrings that are pre-made. I look for those when I'm in the store and I make sure that they are not bigger than my thumb. Here's an example of one of the pre-made earrings cut down to size. And I'm just using these nails as a basis throughout this video. This is glue meant to use for jewelry. We're just going to go ahead and take one of our copper decorations that are usually used for decor and resin. And it's just that simple. This one's more fragile, but if you just wanted something that you could put in real quick for pictures, it's really good. So here we're going to take a wire and a nail and wrap it around the beginning of it as tight as you can. This is going to hold the earring in better because the nail is smaller than the hole itself. You can make adjustments like this for depending on how big the factory hole is. And cut off any excess. And then you could add any bead color you would like. I'm going to choose pearl. Put it halfway up the wire, bend it, and squish it into place. Secure it into place by pressing. Then taking the extra, and if you want to make a perfect circle, if you want to make a perfect swirl, just go ahead and take some needle nose pliers, or ring expanders as my husband corrected me, and wrap it around there and then wrap it around the wire to make a swirl effect. I like these because they remind me of a little spiral staircase with a decoration at the end. And here you have it, our first set. Then we're going to take a ring, expand it, make sure it lines up so it's smooth because we're going to need to slide something onto it, into that area. Take one of the findings from the jewelry kit and close it. Make sure it's lined up and secure because we're going to have to slide something to hide the seams. Then we're going to take some ribbon. You make it as long or as short as you want. I'm going to take some Fabri-Tac glue to secure it together. Then I'm going to grab some Then we're going to snip off the excess and grab some fabric markers. These are really easy to find. I'm only dabbing because they're very, very saturated and they bleed a little bit. So I'm just doing a light tap to make sure that they don't bleed too much into each other. If you wanted a crisp line, you would have to use fabric paint or acrylics. But if you want a tie-dye effect, these are really good to use for. And you just want to make sure that it's both sides because of course we didn't want to saturate too much. So we have to do both sides. And here you have it, a little tie-dye earring. You choose any colors you want. I did this just because of the dress on the doll I'm using. Bend it opposite to the loop, depending on how you want it to lay on the doll's shoulder. Here is the most complex one that we'll be doing. We're going to wrap the wire around a big loop first to make it a little easier on ourselves. And you could do this two ways. You could either secure one loop like I'm doing now and then wrap it through a opening of the ring, or you could slowly twist the first loop around in order to make more loops onto the ring. Then we're going to add a second loop, and I'm going to use that technique. You can leave the wire attached if you feel like that would be better for you in order to get it to wind together. It fumbles a little bit when you cut it in advance, but I thought I would want it out of my way just for visuals. So here I'm just wrapping 2 or 3 times around the smaller ring with the same wire that I wrapped around the big loop. Makes a tight bond without needing to use glue or thread, and it looks more like a design effect. I'm just going to make sure everything is tight, adjusted, and lined up. We'll get our metal glue. Here I'm just adding some beads. You can add as many as you want in order to make it a little more snazzy. Close it up nice and tight. And then slide the wire that you just looped around both rings over the seam so it looks like a continuous circle. Put a small dab either on the actual earring or on the gem and attach it to the wire we just wrapped around to make it look like a seamless wire loop around the metal rings. Then for there, we're going to attach a earring finding from the jewelry kit and bend it to place and clip off the excess like we did in the previous earring. Okay, so we're going to take a regular size feather and trim it down to size. All you got to do is cut it to size and then take the feather and pull from the opposite direction to make a stem. Then you'll get some nail glue and thread and wrap it around the stem in order to secure a connection point. I put a bead to cover up a little bit. You can put more beads if you like, or a braid. Let it dry in the direction you want it to stay. Then you wrap it around the nail Make sure it's secured all the way to the very edge. And put nail glue again in order to secure it. Cut off the excess, and then you're done. Here I started making this off camera and then realized I was supposed to be recording, so I'm gonna show you how I got the first part on. I'm gonna take some thread, go directly through the pom-pom, and then secure it to the very last link of the chain. And I am doing this kind of tight so that you can hide the knot, but not enough that it'll pull through the pom-pom because they are very soft. Then double back through it and make a knot at the end of the pom-pom and cut off the excess. Now I didn't trust that it would stay there, so I put a small dot of nail glue just to harden it and attach it. And then we're going to take a nail again and wrap it around the beginning. Make sure it's all the way to the edge. Cut off the excess. Make a loop at the end of the wire. And attach the thread to that loop that you made with the wire. And then she's done. Here you're going to take one of the nails, put some metal. Here you're going to take one of the nails, put some metal glue, and you can grab any type of gem you want as long as it's concealing the gold. Then we're going to take some black wire and we're going to make a small loop at the end and feed some beads through it. Hopefully they don't run from you like mine's did. But you can put any color wire, any color beads, and just slide it all the way to the bottom. I like to do a small big pattern I'm taking a crystal bead to put after the iridescent black bead. Once you have all the beads that you want on there, you're just going to go ahead and attach it to the very beginning of the nail and wrap it around tight. Cut off the excess. Don't put too much. You want to do like 3 or 4 loops around the nail. If you put too many, you won't be able to put it into the doll's ear. If you have too many loops, you can make adjustments at any point in order to fix it. They'll be gentle. Some wires are only coated colored, and so therefore the color can actually scratch off. Thank you for watching. I thoroughly enjoy making these videos for you guys. Make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you can get notifications anytime I upload.